If you search for the best places to buy a domain name on Google, then you will come across articles at the top of the search results that are blatantly lying and clearly written by people who have no real knowledge about domains. Because if you choose a domain registrar based on these articles, for example, if you choose Network Solutions, then you would end up paying more than double what you should for a domain. To help you avoid these kinds of mistakes, I have compared nearly all the popular domain registrars to highlight both the worst and the best options, so you can make the right choice. And at the end of this video, I will also show you how to get exclusive discounts from top domain registrar so you can save even more money. Let's dive in. Now, before we start judging them, you need to avoid some common mistakes to make sure you're getting a good price. The first big mistake is trying to get everything in one place. If you're building your first website or signing up for hosting, a lot of providers offer a free domain for the first year. On the surface, that sounds like a great deal, because who doesn't love a free domain? But here's the catch: after that first year, they're betting you'll forget about the renewal and just pay whatever price they decide to charge for year 2 and beyond. For example, Squarespace gives you a free domain for the first year with many of their plans, but when it's time to renew, they hit you with a $20 annual fee for a .com domain. Another popular provider, Bluehost, does the same, offering a free domain for the first year, but then their renewal price is $19.99, and they also make you pay an extra $15 for privacy protection. That means, in total, you're paying $35.99 per year to keep your domain, and over time, that can really add up. Also, if you didn't know this already, when you buy a domain, you're not actually purchasing it, you're renting it. You will have to pay that renewal fee every year to keep using it, year after year. Mistake number 2, paying for privacy protection. When you buy a domain, your personal details like your name, phone number, email, and physical address are stored in the Whois database. This is required because every domain needs to be registered to a specific person or entity. Without privacy protection, anyone can find your information with a quick search on the Whois database. Now, if you're a dentist, for example, and your contact information is clearly listed on your website, then it may not be a big deal for you. But if you work from home, you probably don't want your personal details exposed to the public. So, when you enable privacy protection, your domain registrar replaces your personal information with their generic contact details, keeping your data private. The bad thing is many domain registrars are going to charge you for this service, sometimes up to $15 per year. But the good news is, many of the registrars we will cover later in the video offer privacy protection for free. Mistake number 3, not checking the renewal price. You might see an attractive price for your domain for the first year, or, as we mentioned earlier, it could even be free for the first year, but make sure you actually check the renewal price. Some domain registrars make it very clear on what the renewal price is going to be, like the one I'm showing you right here, but others might hide that information, so you might have to dig through their website, or worse, you'll only discover the renewal price when it's time to renew. Another red flag to watch for is when extra free services get added to your cart during the checkout process. Now, let me show you a practical example of all the mistakes I've mentioned when purchasing a domain from Network Solutions. I go to purchase a domain, and right away, it's set to 3 years by default. Here you can see, a .com domain costs $11.99 per year, which seems reasonable. But then, they add on privacy protection for another $11.99 per year. And, just to be nice, they throw in a starter hosting package in our cart that's free for the first month. But here's where the surprise comes. Let's check the renewal prices. The .com domain renews at $28.99 per year, which is more than double the initial price. So, right from the start, I'm already looking at a huge price jump. Then, privacy protection isn't just $11.99 per year anymore. It jumps up to $19.99 per year. But wait, there's more. The hosting, which was free for the first month, now renews at $11.99 per month, which means I will be paying around $144 per year for hosting that I didn't even want. So when the renewal time comes around, I will be paying a total of $192.86 for just 1 year. That's way more than I expected, and certainly a lot more than I thought I'd pay when I first started this process. Now that you know the common mistakes to avoid when buying a domain, let's dive into choosing the best domain registrar for you, one that won't drain your wallet. I have excluded some big names like Bluehost, GoDaddy, Squarespace, and Network Solutions, because many of them either have high renewal rates or charge extra fees for essential services like privacy protection. Now, after using several domain registrars, I have narrowed my list down to the top 3 domain registrars. I will walk you through each one, explaining which is the best for beginners, also which one I personally use, and why. First up, we have got Cloudflare. They offer .com domains at a great price, $10.46 for the first year, and renewals are at the same price. Cloudflare sells domains at wholesale rates, so you are getting a solid deal with no hidden fees. But Cloudflare's main business is actually web security for large businesses. You have probably seen something like this when you are logging into your bank account or other online account. This is Cloudflare. Since their main focus is on performance and security, not domain registration, they dedicate little to no customer support to help beginners manage their domains. Now, if you are tech savvy and comfortable with the technical side of things, Cloudflare could be a solid choice for affordable domains. But if you are a beginner who doesn't know what name servers or DNS records are, Cloudflare might not be the best option for you. Next up, we have got Porkbun, another affordable domain registrar. Their .com domain's price starts at $7.98 for the first year, and renewals are around $11.08. Plus, they include free privacy protection, which adds great value. However, there are a few things to keep in mind when buying a domain from them. First, their support is limited. They are only available from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. So, if you run into an issue late at night or live in a different time zone, you could be stuck waiting for help. Also, the platform can be a bit tricky for beginners, especially when it comes to setting up things like business email addresses. So, while Porkbun is a solid choice for experienced users who can handle things on their own, the lack of 24/7 support and a slightly confusing interface might make it less ideal for newbies. That brings me to where I have been buying all my domains for the past couple of years, Namecheap, which I personally use and highly recommend for beginners. On Namecheap, a .com domain costs $11.28 for the first year, but if you use the link in the description and apply this coupon code, you can get it for just $6.49, making it the cheapest option for the first year. And, of course, free privacy protection is included with your domain. Now, their renewal price is $14.98, which is only about $3 to $4 higher than Cloudflare or Porkbun, but it's actually a reasonable increase, especially when you consider the peace of mind you get from their great support and reliability. Namecheap offers 24/7 live chat support, so as a beginner, if anything goes wrong, you can get it fixed right away by chatting with their team at any time. The best part, their interface is super beginner friendly. Namecheap makes it really easy, whether you are setting up a website or business email without any stress involved. For me, it's totally worth the extra few bucks a year to go with Namecheap for the peace of mind because of their excellent customer support and a hassle-free experience. So, I hope this video helped you find the best option for your needs. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.